The average GMC owner spends over $2,500 a year on fuel, and at least $500 of that is wasted, burned by problems you can't see, can't hear, and won't show up on any dashboard warning. Every one of these trucks has the same fuel leaks built in. 10 fixes, all old school. Most of them cost less than a tank of gas. One of them is free and saves you more than all the others combined. Your grandpa's mechanic knew every single one of these. Here's what he'd tell you. The first one is so simple that most people skip it, and that's exactly why it works. Tire pressure, free to check, free to fix, takes 2 minutes at any gas station, and almost every truck on the road is running low. Here's the math. The Department of Energy says every PSI below your recommended pressure costs you about 0.2% in fuel economy. That doesn't sound like much until you realize most trucks are running 5 to 10 PSI low. That's 1 to 3% of your fuel economy. Gone. On a truck that gets 17 miles per gallon, that's $40 to $80 a year you're burning into the pavement. And it's not just fuel. Low tire pressure causes uneven wear, which means you're replacing tires sooner. It affects braking distance. It makes the truck feel sluggish and heavy. Because it is, the tires are flexing more than they should, generating heat and turning fuel into friction instead of forward motion. Check your door jamb sticker. That's your recommended pressure, not the number on the tire sidewall. The sidewall number is the maximum. The door jamb number is what GM engineered the truck to run on. Check it cold before you drive. Once a month. That's it. $0, 2 minutes, immediate result. If you do nothing else from this list, do this one. But this next one takes 60 seconds and costs less than a pizza. Your air filter, $20 to $30. 60 seconds to swap. Now here's something most people get wrong. On a modern fuel-injected engine like your 5.3 or 6.2, a dirty air filter doesn't actually make the engine run rich. The ECU adjusts the fuel mixture based on airflow. Less air comes in, less fuel goes with it. So the old claim that a dirty filter kills your fuel economy directly? That's not quite how it works on these trucks. But here's what it does do. A restricted filter kills your throttle response. You push the gas pedal, and the truck feels lazy. So what do? You push harder. You floor it more often. You use more throttle to get the same acceleration you used to get with half the pedal. And that extra throttle, that's what burns the fuel. The filter isn't the problem. Your right foot compensating for it is. A clean filter lets the engine breathe freely, which means you use less throttle to get the same response. Over a month of driving, that adds up. $25 and 1 minute of your time. Pop the clips, pull the old one, drop in the new one. If it's gray or brown when you pull it out, it was costing you. This next one might be the single best return on investment in this entire video. MAF sensor cleaning. $8 to $13 for a can of CRC MAF sensor cleaner. 5 minutes. And the impact can be dramatic. Your mass airflow sensor sits right after the air filter and measures exactly how much air is entering the engine. The ECU uses that reading to calculate fuel delivery. When that sensor gets coated with oil residue, dust, or debris, and it will over time, it starts reading low. It tells the ECU less air is coming in than actually is. The ECU responds by adding less fuel than needed, or, in some cases, the adaptive fuel trims shift rich to compensate for the bad data. Either way, you're wasting fuel on a sensor that just needs to be clean. Here's how you do it. Unplug the MAF sensor connector. Remove the 2 screws holding it in the intake tube. Pull it out. Spray the sensing element, the little wire or film inside, with CRC MAF cleaner. Not brake cleaner, not carb cleaner, MAF cleaner specifically. Let it air dry for 10 minutes. Reinstall. That's it. Let me be clear. If your MAF is heavily contaminated, you can see a 3 to 5% improvement in fuel economy overnight. On a truck burning $2,500 a year in fuel, that's $75 to $125 saved from a $10 can of spray. That's the kind of math your grandpa's mechanic did every day. Cheap fix, big result, no computer needed. Quick thing, if this is already saving you money, hit subscribe. I put out videos every week helping GMC owners spend less and keep their trucks running longer. No gadgets, no gimmicks, just stuff that works. Spark plugs. This is where it gets serious. If your truck has over 100,000 miles on the original plugs, they're not firing the way they should. The electrode wears down over time, the gap widens, the spark gets weaker. And a weak spark means incomplete combustion, fuel that enters the cylinder but doesn't burn completely. That unburned fuel goes straight out the exhaust. You paid for it. Your engine didn't use it. The Department of Energy estimates that worn or fouled spark plugs can reduce fuel economy by up to 30% in severe cases. Real world, on a 5.3 with original plugs at 120,000 miles, you're probably looking at 5 to 10% loss. That's $125 to $250 a year in wasted fuel. A set of 8 AC Delco Iridium plugs for a 5.3 costs $48 to $80, depending on where you buy them. You can do it yourself in an afternoon with a spark plug socket, an extension, and a torque wrench. The passenger side is easy. The driver's side is tight because of the steering shaft, but it's doable. Thousands of people have done it in their driveway. New plugs, proper gap, full combustion. The truck will idle smoother, accelerate cleaner, and burn less fuel doing it. $50 in an afternoon for a 5 to 10% improvement. That's not a repair. That's a refund. Now, this next one is invisible. You can't feel it, you can't hear it, but it's been quietly stealing fuel for thousands of miles. Your thermostat, $20 to $35 for the part. And if it's stuck open, it's costing you fuel every single day without a single warning light. Here's how it works. Your engine is designed to run at around 210 degrees Fahrenheit. At that temperature, the ECU operates in closed loop. It's using oxygen sensor data to fine-tune the fuel mixture for maximum efficiency. When the engine is cold, like during warm-up, the ECU runs in open loop, which means a richer fuel mixture to protect the engine. A thermostat that's stuck partially open never lets the engine reach full operating temperature. The coolant circulates too freely, the engine stays cooler than it should, and the ECU stays in open loop longer, or never fully transitions. You're burning a rich mixture on every drive, especially short trips. The symptom is subtle. Your temperature gauge sits a little lower than it used to. Maybe you notice the heat doesn't blow as hot in winter. Most people ignore it, but that stuck thermostat is adding 3 to 5% to your fuel bill every month. The fix is a $20 part and about an hour of work. Drain some coolant, swap the thermostat, refill, bleed the air out. If your truck takes longer than usual to warm up or the gauge never quite reaches the middle, this is probably why. But here's what nobody talks about. The next one isn't a part you replace. It's a sensor you need to understand. Oxygen sensors. Specifically, the upstream ones. The sensors before the catalytic converter that tell the ECU whether the engine is running rich or lean. I'm not telling you to replace these preventively. That's a waste of money if they're working fine. But if your truck has over 150,000 miles and your fuel economy has been gradually getting worse, not suddenly, gradually, upstream, O2 sensors are one of the most common causes. Over time, the sensing element degrades. It gets slower to respond. The ECU is still using its data to adjust fuel trim, but the data is slightly off. Not enough to trigger a check engine light, just enough to run a little rich, a little inefficient every single mile. A new upstream O2 sensor costs $30 to $50. There are 2 on a V8, 1 per bank. If you're replacing them, do both. $80 to $100 total. You can do it yourself with an O2 sensor socket and some penetrating oil. Here's the key. Don't guess on this one. If your fuel economy dropped suddenly, that's something else. If it's been a slow decline over 30 or 40,000 miles and everything else checks out, O2 sensors are worth investigating. This next one is the one most people skip because they think it doesn't matter. It matters more than almost everything else on this list. Fuel injector maintenance. And I need to be specific here because there's a right way and a wrong way. The wrong way? Those $5 bottles of fuel injector cleaner at the gas station. Most of them are diluted to the point of being useless. You pour them in, you feel good about it, and nothing changes. I made a whole video on which injector cleaners are actually worth buying. Links in the description. The right way, Chevron Techron. $9 to $13 a bottle. Use it every 15,000 miles. Techron is one of the few over-the-counter fuel system cleaners that's been independently tested and proven to remove deposits from injectors, intake valves, and combustion chambers. It's not magic, it's chemistry, and it works. On a truck with 100,000 miles that's never had a proper fuel system treatment, dirty injectors don't spray fuel in a fine mist anymore. They dribble. That means poor atomization, incomplete combustion, and wasted fuel. 1 bottle of Techron through a full tank can restore spray pattern and improve combustion efficiency. If your injectors are severely clogged, and on high mileage trucks they can be, a professional ultrasonic cleaning runs about $100 to $150 for the set. They remove the injectors, clean them in an ultrasonic bath, test the spray pattern, and reinstall. It's the nuclear option, but on a truck with 200,000 miles, it can make a noticeable difference. $13 every 15,000 miles. That's the maintenance your grandpa's mechanic would have done without thinking twice. Stay with me here, because the next two aren't fixes. They're myths that are costing you money right now. E85. If you've got a Flex Fuel 5.3, you've probably looked at the price difference at the pump and thought you were saving money. Let me show you why you're not. 85 is typically 40 cents to $1 cheaper per gallon than regular unleaded. Sounds great, but E85 contains 20 to 30% less energy per gallon than gasoline. Your engine compensates by burning more of it. On a Flex Fuel 5.3, you'll see your miles per gallon drop from around 17 to about 12 or 13 on E85. Let's do the math. At $2.92 a gallon for regular, driving 15,000 miles a year at 17 miles per gallon, you burn about 880 gallons. That's $2,570. Now E85 at $2.30 a gallon, same 15,000 miles at 13 miles per gallon. You burn 1,154 gallons, that's $2,654. You spent $84 more using the cheaper fuel, and that's with E85 being 62 cents cheaper per gallon. The per gallon price is a trap. What matters is cost per mile. And on cost per mile, E85 loses almost every time, unless the price gap is over $1, which it rarely is. If you've been filling up with E85 thinking you're saving money, you're not. Switch back to regular, and your fuel bill drops immediately. And one more thing before the biggest tip on this list. AFM, Active Fuel Management. The system GM built into your 5.3 or 6.2 to save fuel by shutting down 4 cylinders at cruise. Here's the irony. AFM saves you 1 to 2 miles per gallon on the highway. That's real. But the system that saves you $200 a year in fuel is also the system that causes lifter failures, costing $3,000 to $5,000. I covered AFM disablers in detail in my upgrades video. I won't repeat all of it here. The short version, if you've already got a disabler installed, yes, you're losing 1 to 2 miles per gallon, but you're also not going to pay $4,000 for a lifter job. That math works out in your favor every single time. Don't feel guilty about the fuel cost. It's the cheapest insurance you'll ever buy. Now, the last one, the biggest fuel saver on this entire list, and it costs absolutely nothing. Your right foot. Driving habits save more fuel than every other method on this list combined. And I'm not talking about driving slow. I'm talking about driving smart. 3 things. That's it. First, accelerate gradually. You don't need to floor it from every stoplight. A smooth, steady acceleration from 0 to 40 uses dramatically less fuel than a hard launch. The engine stays in a lower RPM range. The transmission shifts sooner, and the fuel injectors deliver less fuel per second. Same destination. Same arrival time, half the fuel to get there. Second, anticipate traffic. If you can see a red light ahead, take your foot off the gas early. Coast into it instead of accelerating until the last second and then braking hard. Every time you brake, you're converting fuel you already burned into heat and throwing it away. Coasting uses 0 fuel on a modern truck. The injectors shut off completely during deceleration. Third, cruise control on the highway. Your right foot is not as consistent as you think it is. You speed up on flats, slow down on hills, speed up again without realizing it. Cruise control holds a steady throttle position and keeps the engine in its most efficient operating range. On a long highway drive, cruise control alone can save 5 to 8% compared to manual throttle. These 3 habits together, gradual acceleration, anticipating stops, and cruise control, can save 7 to 15% on fuel. That's $175 to $375 a year. For free. No parts, no tools, no afternoon in the driveway. Just awareness. 10 methods. All old school, all proven. Most of them cost less than a tank of gas. If your truck had low tire pressure, a dirty air filter, original spark plugs at 120,000 miles, a contaminated MAF sensor, and you were accelerating hard at every light, each one of those was costing you 3 to 7%. Stack them up, and 30% isn't an exaggeration. It's math. The pattern is the same one your grandpa's mechanic knew 50 years ago. Keep the air clean. Keep the spark strong. Keep the tires full. Keep your foot steady. Everything else is noise. If you want to know which upgrades are actually worth buying for your GMC, watch 3 worst and 4 best GMC upgrades you can buy right here. And if you want to make your truck last past 300,000 miles, that one's right here. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.